So the same as usual, we're going to start with the centering and breathing, and then we're going to move into our warm-up movements. And then, like we were just talking about, we're going to focus on twists and stretching. I might ask you to grab your straps in during the class, actually. So starting with that centering and breathing, please feel free to use any props that you have available to you. So if you want to use your bolster or anything else, please go ahead. And likewise, please feel free to come down onto your back or to sit up nice and tall. Also going to grab my bolster. And I think tonight I'll leave the music off, so please do feel free to put your own music on in the background if you'd like. And then once you've found that centering position, take a few rolls of the shoulders. So you're going to inhale, roll them up. Exhale them down and back. Again. One more. And just relax the shoulders, relax the hands, either facing up or down, up for receiving energy or down for grounding energy. And close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. Once you've sighed out a few times, just let your natural breath take over again. Notice your breath and where it falls in your body. And then take the awareness and bring it to your face and just start to soften through the face. So we're relaxing the brow, relaxing down along the corners of the eyes and the corners of the mouth, loosening the jaw. And then let's actually set an intention for the practice this evening. So intuitively, just ask yourself if there is an energy with which you would like to practice tonight. Maybe that is with loving kindness, patience, Maybe that's cultivating a sense of allowing or peacefulness. Take a moment to really connect to that vibration. And then imagine that energy like a light that's just forming in your hands and forming in your heart. And imagine your heart beginning to send that energy through your body. Imagine sending it through your crown, through your mind, and also through your energetic sphere, however you see that. That idea of the vibe that you give out. And just feel what it is to take on this energy, to take on this intention. And start to deepen your breath into it. So we're going to inhale through the nose as always. Take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly fall. And then deepen the breath into your full pranayama. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest. If you can, come into that ujjayi, that ocean wave sounding breath. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. And let's take about 3 to 5 more rounds of slow, deep breath here. Take another breath here. And then start to draw some movement back into your body. Just yawning, sighing, rolling around. All right. And I think what I would like to do is have us start from the back today. I'm just gonna adjust so it's not showing the sofa arm so much. There we go. Okay. So let's start on the back. And I just quickly ran through in my head all kinds of twists. So we'll do quite a little bit of, well, we'll do as much as we can. So coming onto your back, let's start with the feet at a hip distance stance. So the toes squared forward. And we'll start the same that we actually did on Sunday morning. So we're going to just start with some very gentle pelvic tilts. So we're going to ground the mid-back down into the earth and tip the tailbone like it's trying to tip and point up between the legs on an exhale. And then on an inhale, we're just going to arch the spine so that we could even put one hand underneath. Not that we need to, but just so you're really arching the back and feeling that you're creating that space under your mid back. And again, we're going to exhale and round, and inhale and arch. Couple more. Last one. Okay. And then from here, let's take the arms, bring them to the sides of the body. We'll just keep warming up the back a little bit. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis, lift the arms, the usual bridge stretch. And exhale, take it down. And again. Let's do 3 more. And bring it all the way back down. And then once you come down, draw the right knee into your chest, interlace the fingers over the right shin. Take your left leg up into the sky, flex that foot. Oh, and then take that take that left leg all the way down. My hip flexors really tell me about this pose whenever I do it. So maybe yours do too. Right, so starting with a basic twist, unwind the fingers and take the sole of your right foot down on top of your left leg, somewhere between the knee and the hip, and hold on to the right knee with your left hand. Now, you have two options with the right arm. You can either throw it out to half a T, but if you have a sensitive shoulder, it's sometimes nicer to throw the arm out past the side of the head, in which case your face stays at center. Otherwise, when it's out at that half a T, your face goes right. Your face will follow the hand to the side. And then we're going to inhale and exhale. We start to draw that right knee down towards the left side, but most people, myself included, do not have the range to keep the shoulder down and put the knee down at the same time. So most of us are going to either have the shoulder grounded or take the knee down and have the shoulder up, or be somewhere in the middle. Okay, so find what feels best to you there. Now one more breath just in this basic twist. And then we'll add the leg stretch in here. Now, if you've got your strap and you prefer to use your strap, you can loop the strap over the sole of your right foot. Otherwise, you're going to hold on to your right foot with your left, yeah, that's correct, with your left hand, or if you can't reach and you don't have your strap available, hold on to the back of that leg with your hands, okay? So right arm stays wide, or if it's out past the side of the shoulder, that's fine. Or sorry, past the side of the head. And then you're going to straighten out that right leg. Now, when you do this, you will fall more into the twist, moving to the left side, which means that that right shoulder will probably lift up. And again, if it feels uncomfortable, just throw the arm out past the side of the head, because now we're focusing more on that stretch that is moving through the back of the right leg. And just take deep breaths here. We'll do about 5 rounds of slow, deep breath. I'm just going to grab my socks while you're in that pose. Take just another breath or so there. And just to say, I've been seeing a Chinese medical practitioner. He's really good, actually. But in Chinese medicine, they're very against letting your feet get cold. So if you've wondered why I've always got these big fluffy socks on, because that's been a newer thing. I used to let my feet get cold all the time. That's why, because Chinese medicine sees that as being bad for the internal organs to let your feet get cold. So I'm very, very aware of it now in a way that I never have been in my life, because I'm used to having freezing cold feet. Okay, so now we're going to roll back through center. Start to bend the knee, roll back to center, and then take the sole of that foot down and just adjust your back however you need. Okay, and let's just take that supine tree while we're here. So let's walk the inside of the right ankle up against the left thigh, and then we're going to let that right knee tip out to the side. So we're opening up the hip, and this is also partially starting to warm us up for something else that we'll do in a little bit. So then we're going to interlace the fingers, point the index fingers and the thumbs, draw the arms down to the sides of the head, and take a big stretch back. Oh, so we get that nice supine tree stretch. let's take the arms up into the sky. Start to rebend that right knee. Make any adjustments to the back that you need, and then let's just interlace the fingers over the left thigh, flex the left foot, and we take the right leg up into the sky, flex that foot. We draw it all the way down. And let's take the twist to this side. So we're going to unwind, take the sole of your left foot, bring it onto your right thigh, and then left arm either goes wide to half a T or again out past the side of the head. And then, oops, what am I doing? I'm going into the stretch too early. We're going to first take the twist. So the face is going to go left if that arm is outstretched. And then this right leg is coming down. And again, you find what feels better to you as far as with the arm, with the shoulder, and with the knee. And just really breathe deeply into that twist. You'll probably feel the spiral of the breath here. And then from there, we can take hold of that left foot with the right hand or the back of that leg with the hand, or use your strap to catch hold. Again, we're going to try to take about 5 or so rounds of deep breath into that combo stretch and twist. Okay, and from here, roll back through the center. And then start to let the sole of that foot, so the left foot comes down, and we just adjust the back so that we're comfortable there. And then we walk that left foot so it's coming up against the right thigh, okay? And then we tip that left knee out to the side and then interlace the fingers, point the index fingers and the thumbs. Draw the arms down to the sides of the head and take a big stretch back. Let's take another breath here. All right, and then slowly start to lift that leg back up, lift your arms back up, and then walk both legs so that you can bend the knees and bring the legs together. And then from here, we're going to do teeny tiny bit of core work. So we're going to let the knees tip out to the sides. So we're coming into a supine bound angle. Then we're going to engage with the abdomen. We're going to try to hold this hold in the core, a nice strong pose. We take an inhale, and then we're going to exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest, and you're just going to rock forward. So we're working the hips a little bit there. And then we're going to keep engaging with the core as we take it back down. So it's a crunch, but in bound angle. So we exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And just keep it going. Back and forth. Keep running into things. Let's take about 5 more. I just remembered that Nyla was outside. My God, last night she snuck out before bed without either of us knowing, and we don't have a cat flap. And then the other cat woke me up at 4 a.m. like in desperate need of food, which he doesn't usually do in all fairness. He kind of stopped doing that quite a few years ago. But it's a good he did because she was outside staring into the conservatory at 4 a.m. Okay, 1 more. Lift it all the way back up. And then we're coming up into this supine bound angle pose. And we're just going to, for a moment, hold on, or we're not in supine bound angle, we're in normal bound angle. We're going to roll the shoulders back, and then we're going to elongate up through the spine. Just take a big inhale here and that traction up. Exhale, take a little lean in. And you can do it all with a flat back and open chest. Or if it feels okay, you can round down, but only if it feels okay. Okay. And then inhale, start to lift all the way back up. And then tip your right knee and send the right leg out in front of you. From here, we're going to do a move that's borrowed from Kundalini Yoga. So I'm sure that we've done it. I think you've probably all done it before. So we're going to take a big inhale as we sit up tall. Then we're going to exhale, ha, as we bow down towards that leg. And we push off the floor, or we can engage with the legs, holding them side to side. So we either push off the floor, or we help the legs, and then we swap. And we take an inhale, elongating the spine, and we exhale, ha. Now, don't worry about how far you go down. It is quick, but it's still with control, okay? So just join in when you're ready. We take that big inhale, ha, 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 ha. Keep it going. Ha, 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 ha. Keep it going. Ha, 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 ha. A few more. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Let's go 4 more. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, and then inhale, lift all the way back up. And then we're just going to take it so that that right leg is coming back out front and that left foot is into the thigh. Okay? And we're going to, now, you can use your strap here if you prefer. It's your call. So if you want to use a strap for the stretch over the legs, really opening up and then walking yourself down with the strap, totally fine. If you don't want to use the strap, don't use the strap. Either is good. So I'm just going to talk through without the strap because I know those of you that use it, you know how. So we're going to take the fingertips either side of the right knee, roll the shoulders back, flex that foot, take a big inhale here, tractioning up through the spine, and then exhale, start to take it down. And we're taking the heart towards the front of the foot, or taking the chin down towards the shin, or head down towards the knee. And I want you to really focus on your deep breathing in this stretch. So half the stretch is the actual breathing part, really. So really, really deep breathing into the body as you stretch it out. Little baby girl. What is it? You're the best kitty girl. You're the best kitty girl. All right, inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Now, we are going to, so many things we can do actually, but you know what we haven't done for a very, very long time is the crime scene investigation twist. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm just thinking about what angle I want to show this to. I think this angle is fine. So we're going to take that left leg and we're going to plant it over the right knee to the outside of the foot. And in fact, before we even do the crime scene investigation, let's just take a normal twist here. So we're going to sit up tall, and then we're going to use the right hand to hug that left knee in towards us as we spin ourselves around and take the left fingertips back behind us. And we sit up nice and tall there. Now, if you want to take this further, you're going to take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and you make a mudra, or tucking the index finger under the thumb with those 3 fingers up. Take another breath here. And then let's gently release. We're just going to take an open twist, so just a little turn out to the right side. What is it, Nyla? Okay. So what we're then going to do from here is the crime scene investigation twist. So I'm going to move slightly over for this. Okay. So what we do is, so now we're coming to the open facing twist position. But what we're going to do is we're going to take take the hands onto the ground at the side. So you can just face out for a moment to the right side. Then you're going to keep your left hand down. So left hand is down. And we bring the right forearm underneath. Being very distracting, Nyla. And then from here, we're going to, in a moment, try to make that right leg and right arm parallel. So we thread the needle and we basically fall onto the right side of the body. So the right arm and the right leg are parallel, and then you're on the right side of your head. Then you're going to pick your left arm up and take it all the way across. And you can follow that with your gaze or just let the head come to center. And then you can also add into this by pushing through the sole of your left foot and tipping your left knee up towards the sky a little bit more. You could even make it less of a crime scene and prop or a very awkward crime scene, and prop your left knee up with your right hand. Okay. And then to come out of this, hold on, Nyla. I'm going, very, very gently start to roll yourself out into a fetal position. Sigh out there. And then help yourself all the way back up to seated. Take your legs out in front of you. Ground through your sits bones. Nyla, let me get her before she just attacks the other cat for no good reason. Sorry guys, one sec. You know, the only thing about the yoga from home is it's really nice, obviously, with the pets, but then at the same time, if they're in a demanding mood, which she is a bit tonight, then it's a little more tricky. All right, so we're grounding through the sits bones. We're taking the legs out in front. We're going to now lift the arms. And exhale, bow down towards the legs. Oh. Roll the hands back in towards the heart. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bow. Three more. Last one. And gently roll yourself. As you roll yourself back up, take the right foot with you this time. Okay, and then we're going to bring the fingertips either side of the left knee. We roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. And then exhale, start to bow down, taking your heart towards the front of your foot. And if you want to take it further, and again, you can use your strap here if you prefer. If you want to take it further, take the head down to the knee or the chin down to the shin. Inhale, start to lift the head, lift the heart. Bring yourself slowly back up. Okay. And then we're going to take that right foot, bring it over to the outside of the left knee, and we sit up tall. And first we start with the traditional twist. So we're going to hug that right leg into the chest. As we then take the left fingertips back, we sit up nice and tall, and we turn to look past the left shoulder, sorry. And then if you want to take it a little further, take the elbow to the outside of the knee, make your mudra, but only if you want to take it to that point. Gently start to bring it back through center. Take a little open twist out to the left. Kat is in a very exploratory mood right now. I don't know what she's doing. Okay, and then we're going to come into that crime scene investigation on this side. So we're going to lean into the left hip, take the hands down so we're facing the left side. And then we bring the left forearm down so it's perpendicular to the right now. And then we're going to thread the needle. Take that left arm all the way through so we kind of fall down onto the left side, make the adjustments that you need. And then we pick that right arm up and we swing it out to the side. And then again, you can prop up that right knee with your left hand if you so desire, or you can just push through the foot and turn the knee up a bit more. It's just really what feels right to you. Take a few more breaths here. And then gently start to unwind by bringing the right arm over and turning out into a fetal position. Do you want to go out, Nyla? Yeah. And then gently start to tip yourself all the way back up to seated. And extend the legs out in front of you. There we go. Okay. So let her into the other part of the house now. So that should be maybe the last we see of Nyla for this session tonight. Okay. So with the legs out in front of you, again, you can use the strap here if you want, or if you don't, it's fine. So we're going to take the fingertips either side of the knee or knees, or we're going to use the strap over the feet. We're going to flex the feet and we roll the shoulders back. We open up through the chest and then we exhale and we start to bring it forward, taking the heart towards the front of the feet. Okay. And then if you want to round it down into a deeper or into that folded variation on Paschimottanasana on a seated forward bend, you can do so. But again, just listen to your back on this. Take some deep breaths. And start to lift the head, lift the heart, roll yourself. It's the night of the cats. What's up, dude? Okay, so we're going to come back up. He's so funny because that cat, he has like semi-eating disordered issues. I don't know. He's just I've had him since he was 4.5 weeks old, and I think that's the problem because he was too little to be away from his mom, and he has some issues from that. So he's like an emotional eater, and someone asked me recently if he was pregnant, and I was like, no, he's a boy. So, oh, his poor belly hangs down. Okay, so from here, let's draw the legs in, just cross the legs, and then let's, I think we did this I'm pretty sure we did this last Thursday, but let's do it again, and let's throw in something else while we're here. So I'm going full out twistiness now. So we're going to do 2 more twists here, and then kind of another twist and a down dog. So let's inhale and lift the arms up, and we're going to interlace the fingers. Let's just turn up for a second, stretch up through the shoulders, through the upper back. And then turn up through the knuckles, take an inhale. And then exhale, turn towards the left. So you're working the upper part of the twist here. Inhale through center. And exhale to the other side. And inhale, center. And then as you exhale, split the arms, take your right hand to your left knee, turn to look past your left shoulder. You're up on the fingertips. So same twist that you did earlier, but just with your legs crossed instead. But then, so again, we did this last Thursday. So then what we're going to do is we're going to just relax into that backhand. So we can let the back, don't just flop, but you can let the back relax a bit, relax into the hand, and then you're going to push through your front foot there. So just trying to think, it's not so much your front foot as it's going to be your left foot. You're going to push through your left foot, and then you're going to start to flip yourself around into a downward facing dog. And then once you come into your downward facing dog, take it for a little walk. So you're just bending one knee and then the other. So the same as usual. And I'm just walk your dog out. Okay, and then push back into your full expression of a downward facing dog. So you're going to send your hips back, roll your shoulders back. And then let's walk the feet a little wide. So take your feet, so either if you're using a mat, big toes on the mat, other toes dangling off. If you're not using a mat, just wider than shoulder distance. And again, we have the fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to push the floor away. Take a big inhale. And then exhale. If you want a little bit more, you're going to take your left hand and bring it to your right ankle or your right calf. If you don't want more, keep the hand down on the floor. So this too is a twisty thing, but also really working the shoulder there. And then put that left hand back, push back, downward dog. And let's do the other side. Exhale, right hand coming to the left ankle or calf. Turning and looking up underneath. And then put that hand back. Walk your feet back into hip distance. And you're going to bend your left knee, bringing your left knee towards the middle of the mat, the middle of the floor. And then you're just going to hook your right foot over and roll right on back into your seated position facing forward. Now, if you didn't get that, don't worry. We're just coming back to seated. Okay? And then once you come back to seated, take a big inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, bow down towards the floor in front of you. Oh. And just take a few more like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bow. Go for 3 more. more. I just cracked like seemingly 5 bones in my foot. All right. Oh, and then roll it all the way back up to center. Now, we're just going to go straight to the other side because we already did the upper twist on both sides. So what we're going to do is take the left hand, bring it over to the right knee, swing the right fingers back, turn to look past the right shoulder. Just take that little twisty twist. Okay, and then we relax into it. We're going to push off the feet and turn ourselves around. So again, we come into that downward facing dog. Ignore me just moving around a bit just because of my setup here is not totally working with my socks and the rug. And then we're going to just walk it out again. And then push back into your full expression of down dog. Roll your shoulders back. Oh, just take a few deep inhales there. And actually, let's shake a little bit. So you're just going to start to bounce in your legs. So you just kind of bounce and wiggle and shake. Just trying to release some blocked energy. Few more breaths there. If you want, you can even jump a little. And push back down dog. And then look up towards your hands and either step or hop forward. And then slowly ragdoll your body all the way up to standing. Okay. All right. And then once you come up to standing, just shake, sigh out, do anything that you need to do there. And actually, I just thought of Mom, you kind of doing your twist dance at the beginning there. So let's go full out tonight. I mean, there's always more. There's always more twists. There's always more crazy things you can do, but let's just go for quite a bit of it. So from here, take your feet wider than hip distance. Just make sure you're not right next to anything else. And then relax your shoulders and let's use the Hara breath. And what's nice is the back is warmed up. Usually we do this as a warm up, but this time I want you to see this as a way of just getting rid of any kind of energy that you don't want. So you're just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms, and then we're going to take an inhale. And actually, this time I'm changing my mind about relaxing the arms. Let's take the hands to the hips and we're going to push to the side. Ha, 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 ha. And then you can also start, let's keep going with the pushing the energy. Ha, 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 ha. A few more. Ha, ha. Ha, 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 ha. Now, we're going to keep going, but this time we're going to go and then we're going to pull it in. So we're pulling the energy in. Ha, ha. So we're inhaling out. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, a few more. Ha, 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 ha. Big inhales. You should be getting all tingly around your nostrils. Ha, 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 And last one. Whew. Okay, and then come to center. A few deep breaths. Sigh as you want. What's up, dude? Okay. So now we're going to go towards something less dynamic, and just notice what it is to move from that kind of dynamic movement to something much more still, although this is a tricky one, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the feet to a hip distance stance. We're going to play with the balance. We're going to play with Garudasana, which you may or may not remember. I'm not prefacing this very well, but is one of my personally it's one of my least favorite poses, which is probably, it probably means that I need this pose. So I typically, and I think if you talk to most yoga teachers, we all kind of usually say the same thing, which is that often the poses that we dislike the most are the ones that we typically need the most. Of course, that's not if they're causing you pain. That's just if they're like a pain in your butt, really, right? Okay, so here's mine, but you might really love this pose. So what we're going to do is we're grounding the feet at hip distance, feeling the earth, zipping up through the pelvis, zipping up through the core, rolling the shoulders back. So we find our gentle mountain before we do anything else. Find the foundation. And let's just shift the weight a little bit, and again, feel the foundation, feel the earth under you. Okay, and then we're going to take the weight into the left foot. Now, the knees are bent throughout most of this. So, but we start just weight through the left foot like normal, like a nice, I don't know, stick, big stick. And then we're going to cross, so it stays straight, the left leg for now. We're going to cross the right foot out front. And then when we're crossing that right foot, we're grounding through the toes or through the ball of the foot, but the heel is up, okay? You know what, I'm changing my mind about how I want you to come into this. Hold on, take it back. Sorry guys. I got distracted for a second. I heard Antonio speaking to his parents in the office in Italian, and I just instantly got distracted because I've been in such a deep, like, immersion learning mode the last few weeks. Okay, so take the arms out front, okay? And then I want you to cross your left arm over your right, and then we're going to bend the elbows. So that right or that left elbow is on top of your right, and I'll just get a little closer for a moment. So we've got that, and now this is the modified variation where the backs of the hands are coming together. If it's available to you, you're going to cross that left hand all the way around so that your right fingers are up against the palm. Okay? But only if that feels okay. Otherwise, backs of the hands together is totally fine. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to, with the feet still at hip distance, let's just open the shoulders up a little bit. So we're going to inhale, lift up. Inhale, lift, and just go to the point that it's right for you. And then exhale down. And then inhale, lift. And exhale down. My God, is there some like cat horoscope thing going on today? Cats are having a stare off. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Okay. And then we're going to shift the weight again into that left foot and do what you did earlier now, where you're crossing that right foot out front with the toes, or onto the toes, or onto the ball of that foot. Then we're going to start to sit down into this, and then you can either let, and I'll get a little closer for a moment, you can either let that foot come up, so where you're here, or I don't know if I can do it. Some people can really hook the toes around the outside edge. I get a bit too crampy even trying that. So find what's right for you as far as what you're doing with the legs. Either the foot's going to be grounded on the floor with the knees bent, or you're going to be sitting into it, or you're going to be hooking the toes around the edge. Okay? Okay, now you can steady yourself and hold the pose just like this with the toes on the ground, or you can have it up. And then we're going to play with taking the elbows down towards the knees, making ourselves into this little eagle ball, little eaglet. And then we're going to start to lift it up. Keep bending at your hips, but you can lift, we can lift the arms. And we can do that again. Make yourself into a little eaglet. And good God, this is not a twist. This is just a different type of being twisted up. And then we inhale, lift it up. Let's do one more. Exhale, little eaglet. Inhale, lift. Oh, and then this time inhale and just lift all the way up and unwind. Take your feet to hip distance. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And again. And one more. And inhale, lift all the way up. Oh, and exhale, release down. Roll the shoulders back. We've got the other side now. So feet are at hip distance. Take the arms out in front of you. Cross right over left. Bend the elbows. Then you either let the backs of the hands together or you keep wrapping. Inhale, take the arms up, just starting to feel into the shoulders. And exhale down. 2 more. Okay. And from here, we're going to shift the weight into the right foot, cross the left over, and then we're going to start sitting into that. And again, either have your foot grounded or have it lifted. So find that seated position into your hips. And then we're going to go for 3 of these. We take the elbows down to the knees, eaglet. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, take it down. Take 2 more. but so my view from here is pretty perfect for seeing when Luna's about to do something super disgusting in the garden. Quite a pet-tastic class tonight. Okay, let's inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, unwind it all. And again, 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And again. And one more. And then inhale, lift all the way up. Bring the feet to hip distance, and then exhale, swan dive and fold. Hang the head, hang the arms. Give the head a few shakes, yes. And a few shakes, no. And again, yes. And no. And then just hang the head, hang the arms. And then if you want, cradle opposite elbows and start to sway side to side. And then from here, start to bend your knees and then just gently walk all the way down. And let's take a little child's pose. And you can do it either with your knees wide or your knees at hip distance underneath. Side out. Slowly start to roll yourself back up to seated. And then from here, take your hands out to one side, unwind your legs, and we're going to start to bring it down. But as you bring it down, start to put back on your layers, just get yourself comfortable. And take any last little movements that you might want to take here. So, yeah, just again, get your props as well, your blanket, your bolster, anything that serves you. And tonight, I think I'm going to play the one of the Ram Dass tracks. So just in the next minute or so, start to make yourself comfortable. Just coming down for Shavasana. And then once you come down, just close your eyes. And sigh out as many times as you need. And then just let your natural breath take over. And again, in this comfortable position, let your body melt down. And just let yourself go wherever you go with this track.
Beyond all polarities, I am. Let the judgments and opinions of the mind be judgments and opinions of the mind, and you exist behind that. So. It's really time for you to see through the absurdity of your own predicament. You aren't who you thought you were. You just aren't that person. And in this very lifetime you can know it. Right now. The real work you have to do is in the privacy of your own heart. All of the external forms are lovely, but the real work is your inner connection. you're quiet when you meditate, if you truly open your heart, just quiet your mind. Open your heart. Quiet the mind, open the heart. How do you quiet the mind? You meditate. How do you open the heart? You start to love that which you can love and just keep expanding it. You love a tree, you love a river, you love a leaf, you love a flower, you love a cat, you love a human. But go deeper and deeper into that love. Till you love that which is the source of the light behind all of it. Behind all of it. You don't worship the gate, you go into the inner temple. Everything in you that you don't need, you can let go of. You don't need loneliness, or you couldn't possibly be alone. You don't need greed because you already have it all. You don't need doubt because you already know. The confusion is saying, I don't know. But the minute you are quiet, you find out that in truth you do know. For in you, you know. Plane after plane will open to you. I want to know who I really am. Within each of us, there once was a fire. And for some of us, there seem as if there are only ashes now. But when we dig in the ashes, we find one ember, and very gently we fan that ember, blow on it, it gets brighter, and from that ember we rebuild the fire. The only thing that's important is that ember. That's what you and I are here to celebrate. That though we've lived our life totally involved in the world, we know that we're of the Spirit. The ember gets stronger. Flame starts to flicker a bit. And pretty soon you realize that all we're going to do for eternity sit around a fire.
So start to deepen the breath. Draw some movement back into the fingers and into the toes. Gently roll to one side. And then bring yourself all the way back up to seated when you're ready. Once you come back up to seated, just take your hands into prayer. Gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice on this earth. And thank you all so much for coming this evening. Feel free to come back and chat if you want, but you don't have to. It's completely your call.
For all the twists, Julie, that was great.
Good. Oh God, it's probably the twistiest class ever.
Twist and shout, twist and shout.
Exactly.
No twist.
Oh yeah. So I got Greg, my mom's husband. I got him these fluffy socks for Christmas, and the packaging was hilarious. Like the English on it was so funny, and one of the instructions was no twist, and like it had to do with like drying it, like, and it just said no twist. There were all kinds of things. Like the packaging was like just as much of a gift as the socks because the packaging was so funny. So
No twist, no, definitely.
okay.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. See you Saturday.
That's a great
Bye.
story. I gotta go.
Okay, Mom.
It's
Oh,
a long story, but I'll explain it later.
okay, go. Enjoy.
Sorry,
Oh,
love
Mom,
you.
it's okay. Okay. All right, bye. All right, Catherine, thank you so much. Good night. Have a good night. Okay,
Okay,
bye.